Yo, what's poppin', Lord Winker here, and today, this video, I thought I would give you my opinion on what it means to be emotionally mature, because in a recent video I had made, I was having a conversation with a friend, and I had asked him that question, and what he thought it was, and, his answer was not surprising. I honestly hear a lot of people say things like that, and I honestly, to be honest with you, there was a long time in my life where I thought the same thing. Like I had the same kind of viewpoints, and it's just through, you know, I guess different experiences that I had to go through and learn that it's something that's like really hard to do, and it's something that's like also really important to life, just to being alive and being healthy, because that's a big thing about it is being healthy, and I'm all about being healthy. Like I'm always trying to push myself to do things better, and do things the correct way. And at the same time though, like I have to recognize that like I'm not perfect, and I'm gonna struggle with these types of things all the time. Like I'm always gonna be struggling, and it's pretty much gonna always be an uphill battle that I can't ever perfect, because at least I feel like for me in my life, I have a hard time. Um, especially with just like self-control. Like that's a big part of it, and I believe that's a big part of it is self-control, and like how to properly deal with your emotions in different circumstances, and the different variations of emotions, because that's big too. And I kind of briefly mentioned in the last video that I talked about this, is that like emotional maturity can deal with things like pain, but it can also um, deal with things like I don't know exactly how to I don't know the exact emotion you could say, but for instance, the example that I try and I have to work out a lot is, I guess, not being envious. Maybe that's what it is, huh? That not being envious of others, and always just trying to be happy for them, and remembering that, like, I have no control over their somebody else's successes or failures, and it's just because somebody has a success, even if I am involved in some way, um, like, there's no reason why I should be unhappy for that person. It doesn't show good, I guess, good character. I don't know how to exactly word it, but that's part of what it means to me, is that you have to, not be envious of people. And it's really, honestly, it's kind of hard for me to say, because like I have kind of a rebellious nature, and I hate having to admit that, like, honestly, things in the Bible are accurate, but like it's kind of true. Like, it tells you different things to live by, and it's amazing how when you try to live by those things, it's like really hard to do. And then coming to the realization that, like, they're telling you to do it because it tells you in the Bible to do it, because it's trying to teach you how to live a healthy life, and a balanced life. Wow, sorry, I just got distracted by frying that pipeline. Um, didn't expect her to have the white shield. I remember when I was shooting at her. Anyways, yeah. So this part of a big part of it, and it's funny too. The more you learn, is that how everything just ties in together. So like, that I know big for me is a part of what helped me learn more emotional maturity, because let's get things clear. I'm nowhere near being emotionally mature. Like I have my own struggles, just like everyone else, and that's kind of like why I like to talk about it, because I know it's something that everyone's struggling with, myself included, and it's a work in progress, and it's also part of being emotionally mature is recognizing that it's a work in progress, and every day is a new day. Start again, try again. It's a new day. Don't give up. Uh, but also going back to what I was saying is about balance. Healthy life, because a healthy life is just more than honestly emotional maturity. But at the same time, uh, so having physical well-being helped me to learn certain disciplines. Um, and again, I'm not nowhere near perfect of being in best physical well-being, but I'm a bit knowledgeable, and I try my best. I think that's honestly what's the most important, is that you try your best to every day work harder and do something, try to be a little bit better, even if it's just a little bit. I couldn't figure out what this wraith was doing. Whatever, got her. I'm not sure if she knew what she was doing. Yeah, so learning these different disciplines help me to learning to be more physically well being and have a good balance between like physical health and mental health, emotional health. All of these different things that I've tried to work on in my life have helped me to, especially because this is why I'm talking about this stuff as well, because emotionally, emotional maturity was probably the most difficult to learn. And like I said, I'm still learning it. I'm still learning all of them, frankly. But I had to learn certain disciplines in those aspects in order to help me learn. I guess you could say control, self-control, self-awareness, like self-value. It's a good one. You know, that's a thing that I honestly struggled with a lot is just knowing my worth, and that right there, learning that in itself taught me a lot and about how to just, I guess, treat myself well. Because times when I didn't have good self-worth and I undervalued myself, then it allowed me to let others undervalue me. And which in turn made me unhappy because in my head I didn't think that, you know, in my head I don't undervalue myself, but the way I was presenting myself and acting, it undervalued me. And that's another big part of it too, is that like even though say like certain people are undervaluing me, right? And I don't like it. I have to recognize that those people don't have any kind of direct like will to undervalue me. They're simply just typically going off of what they think is best and what they know, and then based off of what I say and how I act in situations. So I have to recognize that like a lot of it is just my fault. Like, you know, like I made the choices to present myself in that manner. I made the choice to not know my self-worth, because this is all stuff that you can learn. You know, how I can learn how to have good self-worth. It's hard, and I'm not saying that I have the direct answers, just being like, yep, this is what you do and this is how you have self-worth. No, that's not how it is at all. It's honestly a learning experience, and it's crazy also to go back to saying it, but that's what it literally says it in the Bible, that like life is just about learning experiences. And it's crazy. It literally blows my mind. I still struggle a little bit with saying, having to admit that fact, because I wanted to, for so long, I guess, rebel against people that, you know, tried to tell me that before. And it's kind of, it makes it a little bit difficult. And right here, in this moment, as I'm making this video, I'm proving that, like, I myself, like, struggle with this on a constant. I can't even say something so simple as in the Bible, because it just, for some reason, I feel like I want to catch my tongue, but I know what I've come to learn. And you know, I've come to learn, that's what I've come to learn, and there's not really much else I can do but admit it, even though it can be hard. Even though it can be hard to do that. But yeah, like I was saying, it's a lot, you know, and even right now, I'm gonna keep going back to this. I know that what I'm saying now is like, it's very scattered, and this is a lot. I feel like I'm scattered because I have so much to say, and sometimes it makes it hard to figuring out where to start. But keep tuning in. I promise that we're gonna keep going, and we're gonna keep sharing, and probably sharing personal experiences, because sharing personal experiences with you guys. Anyways, leave a comment down below if you enjoyed having this talk. Let me know what you guys think. With that, I hope y'all have a great motherfucking day.